I'd like you to do right now, I'm going to help kind of guide you through how to graph the first one because it's been a week since we did any graphing. But if you feel like confident on your own, you can go ahead and do that, okay? So graph the linear functions and then give the requested information. So it's y equals 1/2 x plus 3. Francesca, what's my slope for that equation? So 1/2 is my slope, which we remember it's puff, puff, positive, so slope dude is going up 1, right 1. Or sorry, right 2. He always skis to the right. And my y-intercept is where it starts. Alice, what's my y-intercept? So to graph, and in case you forgot how to graph a line, there's a little poster over there by the calculators. Figure out the y-intercept and graph it. So graph your starting point first at 3. And then write the slope as a fraction, explain what it means. We already did that. Now we're going to graph the vertical change over horizontal change from the y-intercept, then reverse the other way. Up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2. Up 1, right 2. Keep going. And now I reverse it. Where do I reverse it from, Elise? Go back there. Down 1, left 2. It should be a straight line. And graph your line. Okay. So my slope is going to be -2, which to make it into a fraction, remember you put it over 1. This is nice negative, so does slope dude go up or down? Down the mountain. And right 1. And my y-intercept is what, Sebastian? Great. The number by itself, remember, is your starting point or your y-intercept because it happens once. So we're going to graph the y-intercept at -4 and go down to right 1 until we cannot go any further. Then we're going to go back to the starting point and reverse. I'm excited I found the line tool today. I don't know what took me so long. My life has been officially changed. Wow, look at that. I want you to vote on your fingers. One, we'll call this 1 on the left, and this one is 2. Can you please vote? This equation, y equals -2x minus 4, is steeper because it says explain. You could put it in your own words because it looks like a steeper hill because it's going down more, right? It's going down 2. The other one is going up 1. I'm just going to say because it looks like a steeper hill or like looks like a taller hill, right? We're not getting technical here. And what do you think? Yeah, number 2, because why?
Because it's a lot more steeper.
Yeah. The steeper the line, the faster it's changing. What do you guys notice about the slopes?
One of them's positive, yeah.
One of them's positive, one's negative.
They go through 2 different line-intercepts.
They do. That's what I'm going to say whenever we're ready. Say that this one has a greater rate of change, y equals -2x minus 4, because if you ignore the negative, and this, you should have an explanation down. Two is the biggest slope. So we're looking at the number that we had for slope. You had 2, if you ignore the negative, and 1/2. 2 is a greater number, so it's the bigger slope. Yeah. So which one is greater? That would be y equals, what is it, 1/2 x plus 3? Because 3 is greater than -4. So it's not rocket science. We're just saying, please find the slope and the y-intercept for both. Remember, we're finding, make the slope triangle here. Find the change in y and change in x on the table.
I gotta do all that. Yes.
Desavion, what is the slope of the graph? Yep, 2/1, which we could just say is just 2. And Olivia, what's my y-intercept of the graph? The y-intercept.
0, 1.
Okay. Now let's move to the table. Juwan, what's my slope of the table?
0, 1.
Which we could just say is just 3. And Riley, what's my y-intercept of the table? Where x is equal to 0, that one's tricky. We haven't talked about that in a long time. So 0, 6, where it would make a steeper line because it's going up 3 instead of just up 2. So which one is greater? The table. Because the slope number is 3, which is greater than 2. And how do you know, Grace?
The y-intercept is positive 6, while the one for the graph is positive 1.
Great. 6 is greater than 1. Hello. My slopes are 1/2, 1/3, and 1/4. Olivia, I like what you had written down. So which one will make us the steepest line?
A.
How do you know?
Because it only goes over 2.
Yeah. So if you think about these, it's going up 1, right 2. The rest of them go right 3 and right 4. So it's like coasting horizontally more. If you're doing that, it's not as steep. I like that answer. So Brian, which one will have the greatest rate of change? And can you give me, Elise, can you explain?
1/2 is greater than 1/3 and 1/4.
Yeah. So 1/2 is a bigger number than 1/3 and 1/4, and because of that, it's going to make a steeper line, and so it's changing quicker. I agree. So whenever we're ready, why it's B?
Because 4 is greater than 2 and -6.
Great. So you're looking at your slopes, right? These.
Yeah.
But we really don't care about the negative, so I'm going to ignore it. So I like what Connor said, A, because it's greater than 1/3 and 1/4. And really, you could say the same thing for this next one, too. So last question. Brandy, which one has the greatest y-intercept? What do you think? They're all the same, trick question. They all have a y-intercept of